Nobody really notices how dangerous silence becomes when an artist like Bad Bunny suddenly goes quiet. At first, fans treat it like a vacation, a break. Maybe he's sleeping for once. Maybe he's somewhere on a beach in Puerto Rico ignoring his phone, while the rest of the world refreshes social media every 5 seconds like detectives who forgot they have jobs. But then the silence stretches longer. The posts become stranger. The hints become harder to explain. And that is when people start paying attention. Because Bad Bunny does not disappear for no reason. Welcome to Pop Culture Room, your #1 source for the latest and trending pop culture celebrity gossip. Now back to the video. The strange part is not that he's making music. That's expected. The strange part is how carefully everything around this project seems hidden, almost protected, like people involved know something bigger is coming, but are trying very hard not to say too much too early. That kind of secrecy usually means one thing in the music industry. Someone is preparing to shake the table again. And honestly, that is exactly how it felt the last time he changed everything. People forget how quickly Bad Bunny went from being dismissed as just another Latin artist to becoming one of the biggest stars on earth. Not just in reggaeton, not just in Spanish music, everywhere. Stadiums, streaming platforms, fashion campaigns, wrestling rings, movie screens. Every place people looked, somehow he was already there before everyone else arrived. That kind of success changes people, usually for the worse. Some artists get famous and slowly become copies of themselves. The music becomes safer, the interviews become fake, the personality disappears behind expensive sunglasses and exhausted smiles. Suddenly, every album sounds like it was approved by 12 nervous executives in a glass office. But Bad Bunny kept doing something frustratingly unpredictable. Every time people thought they understood him, he shifted direction again. And now this new album rumor feels suspiciously familiar. Made in Puerto Rico sounds simple at first. Too simple, honestly. Almost innocent. But when someone like Bad Bunny chooses a title like that, it usually means there's another layer underneath it. Because Puerto Rico is not just a location to him. It's identity, pride, anger, memory, politics, celebration, pain, survival, all wrapped together in music loud enough to shake windows. That is what makes this album rumor feel heavier than people realize. Most artists make albums to stay relevant. Bad Bunny moves like somebody trying to leave evidence behind. And fans already know what happens when he gets emotionally connected to a project. The music stops sounding commercial and starts sounding personal. That's where things get dangerous. Dangerous in a good way, because once an artist starts speaking from a real place again, they stop caring about formulas. That's when classics happen. Still, there's another side to this story people are ignoring. The pressure on him right now is insane. Every new Bad Bunny project arrives with impossible expectations attached to it. People don't just want good music anymore, they expect cultural moments, viral lyrics, stadium tours, #1 records, think pieces, fashion trends, memes, arguments online. They expect him to dominate the entire conversation again like it's automatic. But success can become a trap. I learned something the hard way years ago watching artists rise and fall. The world loves building icons almost as much as it loves watching them crack under pressure. Fans scream for authenticity, but the moment an artist changes direction, people panic. They demand evolution while secretly wanting repetition. That contradiction destroys a lot of musicians mentally, and Bad Bunny seems aware of that game now. That's why this album feels suspicious before anyone has even heard a single song. Because the silence around it doesn't feel accidental, it feels controlled. Like he's waiting for the perfect moment to drop something nobody is fully prepared for. Maybe that sounds dramatic, but look at the timing. Music feels strange right now. Everybody sounds similar.
Everybody chases trends for 15 seconds of attention before disappearing into algorithm graveyards. Songs go viral faster than people can remember the lyrics. Entire careers are built off one dance challenge and buried 3 weeks later. The industry became obsessed with speed instead of meaning. And somehow, Bad Bunny still moves differently. He understands atmosphere better than most artists alive right now. He knows how to make people feel like they're inside a moment instead of just listening to a song. That's why his projects last longer than internet hype usually lasts. Which raises the real question: what exactly is he trying to say with Made in Puerto Rico? Because titles matter, especially with him.
Some fans think the album will be deeply personal. Others believe it will return to raw reggaeton sounds that first made people obsessed with him. Then there are rumors about surprise collaborations nobody saw coming. And honestly, those rumors are probably true. Bad Bunny loves unpredictability too much to make a safe album at this stage of his career. But the most interesting possibility is something people are barely discussing. What if this album is not just music? What if it is a statement? Think about it carefully. Global fame changes how artists see home. Once the whole world knows your name, representing where you come from stops being symbolic and starts becoming responsibility. Every lyric suddenly carries weight. Every interview becomes political, even when you are not trying to be political. Every move gets analyzed. And Puerto Rico has always remained central to who Bad Bunny is, even while becoming internationally untouchable. That connection matters, because some artists leave home emotionally once fame arrives. Bad Bunny never fully did. No matter how massive he became, Puerto Rico stayed present in the music, the visuals, the language, the attitude, everything. So if he is naming an album Made in Puerto Rico, people should probably pay closer attention to why. That title sounds proud, but it also sounds defensive, like someone reminding the world where the foundation came from before the industry tried reshaping him into something easier to market. And maybe that is the twist nobody sees yet. Maybe this album is not about proving he can conquer the world again. Maybe it's about proving he never needed the world's approval in the first place. That changes everything. Because artists become most powerful when they stop chasing validation. The music becomes sharper, the risks become bigger, the honesty becomes uncomfortable. That's usually when legendary albums are born. And honestly, some executives probably hate that possibility. A fully confident Bad Bunny creating music on his own terms is difficult to control, especially now, especially after everything he has already achieved. At this point, he does not need permission from anybody. Not radio stations, not critics, not award shows, not trends. He already survived the stage where artists begged to be accepted. Now he can simply create whatever he wants. That freedom terrifies industries. And fans can feel it coming too. You can see it online already. Every tiny rumor spreads instantly. Every studio sighting becomes a conspiracy theory. People are dissecting breadcrumbs like investigators solving a crime. That level of anticipation does not happen for normal artists anymore. It happens for artists people believe can still surprise them. And maybe that's why this album matters more than people realize. Not because it will probably dominate charts. That part feels almost expected now. The interesting part is whether Bad Bunny can still make people uncomfortable in a good way. Whether he can still shift culture instead of simply participating in it. That's the difference between famous artists and unforgettable ones. Somewhere along the way, Bad Bunny became more than a musician. He became a symbol of creative freedom for a generation tired of fake perfection. People connect with him because he doesn't always feel polished. There's attitude in his music, chaos sometimes, emotion, sarcasm, confidence mixed with vulnerability. It feels human, and humans are messy. That's why audiences stay interested. Nobody wants another perfectly manufactured superstar pretending life is flawless while secretly looking exhausted inside. People are tired of robotic celebrity culture. They want personality again,
Risk again, real emotion again. Bad Bunny built an empire by understanding that before many others did, which explains why this upcoming album already feels bigger than a normal release. The atmosphere around it feels tense, almost cinematic, like something is approaching quietly while everybody pretends not to notice.
And if history repeats itself, the moment this album officially arrives, social media will explode into complete chaos. People will overanalyze lyrics within minutes. TikTok will turn snippets into trends before the full songs even settle in people's minds. Think pieces will appear overnight, calling it either genius or overrated because the internet survives on extremes now. Meanwhile, Bad Bunny will probably sit somewhere laughing at the entire circus, because deep down he understands something most people do not. Mystery is power. Oversharing ruined modern celebrity culture. Everybody posts every emotion instantly now, every argument, every insecurity, every unfinished thought. But Bad Bunny still knows how to disappear just enough to keep people curious. That balance is rare today, and curiosity keeps audiences emotionally invested longer than constant visibility ever could. By the way, if you are enjoying this breakdown and you love content that goes deeper than surface-level celebrity headlines, this is the perfect time to subscribe to the channel, because when this album finally drops, there are going to be hidden details, strange industry moves, unexpected symbolism, and probably controversies people completely miss at first. And trust me, those are exactly the conversations worth having. Now, here is where things become even more suspicious. There are reports suggesting the album could feature sounds deeply rooted in Puerto Rican culture while still aiming for worldwide impact. That combination sounds impossible on paper, but somehow Bad Bunny keeps making impossible things work. And maybe that is because he stopped trying to fit into American expectations years ago. Think about how revolutionary that actually is. For decades, many international artists felt pressure to water themselves down for mainstream success, change the language, simplify the culture, become more digestible. But Bad Bunny went the opposite direction. He became more himself and somehow got even bigger globally. That changed the industry, whether people admit it or not. Now, labels desperately search for the next Bad Bunny, without understanding the reason he became successful cannot be copied easily. Authenticity does not scale in factories. Real personality cannot be manufactured in meetings. Which means this album carries another strange layer of pressure. Everyone is watching to see if he can evolve again while staying authentic. That balance is difficult. Too much experimentation and fans complain. Too much familiarity and critics call it repetitive. Artists live trapped between those expectations constantly. But Bad Bunny built his career by ignoring predictable rules. So maybe the smartest thing audiences can do right now is stop expecting certainty from him, because certainty is boring. And Bad Bunny has never built his empire on boring decisions. If anything, the smartest prediction is that nobody actually knows what this album truly sounds like yet. Not fans, not insiders, maybe not even the people closest to him. Creative people often change direction at the last second when inspiration hits unexpectedly. One song can reshape an entire project overnight. That unpredictability is part of what keeps art alive. And honestly, there is something refreshing about watching an artist still capable of creating mystery in an era where everything leaks instantly. It reminds people that anticipation still matters, surprise still matters, emotional impact still matters. That feeling used to define music culture before algorithms reduced everything into content. Maybe Made in Puerto Rico becomes another classic. Maybe it divides audiences completely. Maybe it reveals a version of Bad Bunny nobody expected. Or maybe the biggest twist is simpler than all the theories. Maybe he's just tired of pretending global fame matters more than home. That possibility feels strangely powerful, because eventually every superstar reaches a crossroads. Keep feeding the machine endlessly, or reconnect with the place that existed before fame complicated everything. Some artists never find their way back emotionally. Others spend their whole careers trying.
Bad Bunny seems determined not to lose himself completely in the process. And honestly, that might be the real story here. Not charts, not awards, not streaming numbers. Identity. The fight to protect it while the entire world tries turning you into a product. That battle changes people. Sometimes it destroys them. Other times, it creates masterpieces. And right now, it feels like Bad Bunny is standing dangerously close to one of those moments again. So while the internet argues, speculates, exaggerates, and turns every rumor into breaking news, the smartest thing fans can do is pay attention carefully, because artists usually reveal their truth in fragments before the full picture appears, and Bad Bunny has become very good at hiding clues in plain sight. So yes, Made in Puerto Rico might end up being another massive global success, but something about this project feels more personal than commercial, more intentional than routine. And whenever an artist that influential starts creating from a deeply personal place again, history usually remembers what happens next. Subscribe to the channel and stay locked in, because if these rumors are true, this might not just be another album rollout. This could be the beginning of an entirely different Bad Bunny era. And if there's one thing experience teaches people, it's this: whenever the world thinks it finally understands Bad Bunny, that's usually the exact moment he changes the game again.